Hello and welcome to my channel Attila Tarot. In this video we're gonna focus on the newly elected Prime Minister of Hungary, Péter Magyar. The election just happened. I'm sure everybody heard about it all over the world. So what we will look into in this video, what kind of a Prime Minister will he become? I don't know if you've seen my videos around him, but I think I clearly predicted even in 2025 that he would be the newly elected Prime Minister. And I got a lot of hatred for it, but that's fine. I'm only the messenger. These are not showing, any kind of political point of view of mine. I strictly focus on the meanings of the card, whether people like it or not. But anyway, if you're looking to have some kind of, if you're wondering what will be the future of Hungary in the next 5 years, I already created a video about it where you can look at the country's future for 2026 to 2030. But again, in this video, we're focusing on what kind of a Prime Minister Péter Magyar will be. And let me know what you think about him. Like, obviously, some of you love him, some of you don't. It's obviously normal. But let's look at what the cards are telling. So what we have here is look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. So full moon in Sagittarius might be an important time for him. I will try to look it up when it is happening. Actually, it already happened in March, so that might have been an important time for him, but it might be that the next one's going to be. But I think we need to look at what the message of the card is. This card is all about look at the bigger picture, which talks about focusing on longer term planning, big ideas, and also trying to not to focus on the little things that might hold you back. So I think what's really important for him to focus on what is the long-term goal that he wants to achieve. Now this card is also talks about that it's important for you to be self-confident, but also you need to be balancing that you're not coming across as overconfident as well. But all in all, this card emphasizes big picture thinking and focusing on the future. Okay, so in the middle of his reading, what we have is the moon card. The moon is all about uncertainty. So even though he might be very, very popular and he might come across as very, very self-confident, but with the moon in the center, we have here some uncertainty. I'm not sure that he is clear about what he is getting into in his new role, what is the condition that he's gonna get in terms of the state of the condition of the state. But all in all, this can also indicate that that he's gonna have to he's going to have to balance and keep going between these uncertain times at the beginning, or I don't know how long it will. But also this can indicate secrets or something that he just cannot see right now. Probably it is a card that also says that he doesn't have the full picture yet in terms of the long-term plan, because you have here focusing on the long-term plan, but you also have this uncertainty card, but also focusing on balancing how wild he is and how domesticated, like two sides of the personality. The first card we have here is the Eight of Wands. Now the Eight of Wands is a card of success, progress, great communication. So I think you're gonna have we will see a lot of clear communication from him. But also I think this is a card that's focusing on progressing and growth as well, in terms of leading the country to prosperity, because this is a card that focuses on growth and positive news, and it's going to be very, very busy as well, as a as a prime minister. It might also indicate travel, like he already indicated a couple of trips that who is he going to visit. Now the next card in his reading is the Two of Pentacles. Now this card talks about really not having enough resources, balancing things, trying to balance, maneuver things, the feelings of the people, what people are thinking about him, but also finances, the budget. I think there's going to be a lot of uncertainty around the budget for him because it's right beside the Moon card. But this card also talks about that he is very, very resourceful. He's going to be able to find solution. I think with this combination, he's going to be very busy, but he has a lot of potential because normally this card has the unlimited sign, which shows that you know, even if he doesn't have enough resources, he will be able to find solutions for the problems. The next card is the Three of Wands. Now this is a card of early successes, when you kind of made your plan and you're able to see that the plan you made is working. But also this is a card of expansion, growth, and I think international collaboration as well, international expansion. So I think we will see him focus a lot on building relationships for Hungary with international parties, overseas, within Europe as well. But again, you have here two cards focusing on successes, growth, expansion. Both of them are talking about that. So I think we will definitely see that from his perspective in terms of working on it, achieving it. Now we also have the Temperance card. Now the Temperance card is a card of protection. It is a card of having all the ingredients that you need in order to be successful. But also this card is encouraging him not to be hasty and be very, very patient. Simply take one step after the other, right? And that's going to help him to achieve the success that he wants to achieve. But again, you can kind of see here this uncertainty time with this Temperance. I think sometimes with this combination of this Eight of Wands, he might want to go faster than he will be able to do. But this Temperance is really trying to emphasize for him that he has to focus on focusing on the middle road of taking one step after the other, right? You have quite a few cards about taking steps. We also have here the Eight of Cups. Now this is a card of leaving something behind and turning our back to something and going into a brand new direction. Now there might be here some international parties or international countries that he might turn his back and he might go into a very different direction. I can very kind of clearly see that. But you can see this theme of new path keep showing up on these cards. You have here the path in the background, you have the path here and the path. So I think this theme of going into a new direction is very, very prominent in this reading. Now let's see what's going to be the final outcome of this reading. But before that, a quick reminder to like, share, subscribe, and hype. And also let me know in the comments, where are you watching from? What do you think about in terms of this new change for Hungary? Again, I'm just the messenger. And also let me know who else you would like to see some readings about in terms of how their future is going to be. Obviously, it's a big change, especially in Hungary. Okay, so the next card we have here for him is the Knight of Pentacles. Now, this is a card that talks about being very, very meticulous, focusing on the details, but also this is a card of slow progress. And And what you see here is that he will really have to balance the slow progress and trying to run faster. And especially that he has this temperance in between this very slow moving energy and that very fast moving energies as well. But again, the Knight of Pentacles is actually very, very positive on the long run. It shows that he's going to be able to achieve some potential. I think he's going to bring in offers, opportunities that will be helpful for the country, especially on the long run. Like, this is a very, very strong financial card. But again, there has to be a balance in terms of the planning and the execution as well. Okay, so the next card in his reading is the Judgment card. Now, the Judgment is actually a card of rebirth. This is a card that symbolizes on rising from the ashes and eventually answering the call. You can kind of see from this reading, especially with the Judgment card, that he is following his true calling in terms of becoming a leader of the country, right? That's definitely an important aspect of the Judgment card. But also the Judgment card can talk about cause and causation as well. So for example, when you have to kind of face something from the past, when something from the past that you thought it was dead, done, over with, it comes back in some shape or form. So it might be here that something from the past, some kind of a secret from the past might come to life, because you have the moon at the center, which again, as we talked about it can be secret. And the Judgment definitely can indicate that something will be revealed, some kind of a secret that he will have to face in some shape or form. Now, obviously, we will see what that will be. But again, the Judgment is also it's a positive card of realization, right? He might have a realization as well how to move forward with the plans. Now, for the last spot, we have two cards that came out. First of all, we have the Seven of Wands and the Six of Wands. So yeah, just kind of looking at the numbers. So there's a lot of wands here before we get into these cards. We have the Three of Wands, we have the 6, the 7, and the 8. When you have some kind of numbers like that that follow each other, it symbolizes growth and symbolizes progression as well. But also in this last spot, we have the Six of Wands and the Seven of Wands. Six of Wands is a card of victory, being in the center of attention. So obviously he won the election. That's a pretty big one, and he won it with a lot of votes. So I think it also symbolizes that he's going to be in the center of attention. But having this Seven of Wands also indicates that he's going to be attacked continuously, right? Because you can kind of see how that person is being attacked. But also this is a card of protection. So he knows how to protect himself because he's always very, very well prepared, and he's always kind of one step ahead of them. I think you can kind of see that throughout the election process as well. But nonetheless, he has two protection cards here, the Seven of Wands and the Temperance as well. But all in all, this is a very, very successful combination, because this shows success, this shows that he's able to protect himself and he's able to move forward as well. Bottom of the deck, we do have the Queen of Swords. Now, as a court card, this can be his energy, a person around him. It's a very strong female, someone who is logical, someone who is very smart. And this indicates that, he's been through a lot. And also, what's kind of important for me to see from these cards, that, for me, the Queen of Swords tells things the way they are. So I think this can indicate that he might say things as they are. So you're going to see clear communication from him. But also it can indicate that he will be able to see things clearly. And the reason I'm saying that, because you do have here this theme of uncertainty, and then you can kind of see how she is rising over those clouds. That indicates that she is able to see things clearly. So I think clarity will definitely come to him. Now from this deck, what we have here is the gifts. Giving and receiving, wealthy donor, retail sales, surprise, windfall, generous. So what this card is kind of talking about is equal give and take. So that might be an important aspect for him. But also he might be getting some support. Like, this is a card of support. This is a card of becoming rich as well, or getting some kind of a support, surprise, windfall. But all in all, I think he's going to be very much supported. Now we also have the adventure, worlds of wonder, travel for work, guide, long distance, rich in experience. So he's definitely, I think, on the adventure of his lifetime. And we've seen here travel, so I think he's definitely going to travel a lot. And I think it's going to be a very positive experience for him. But we also have the comfort card. Take refuge in strength, living well, easy transition, protected, fearless, stability. So there's a couple of things to uncover here. So first of all, where my eyes went immediately is the protected word. And we talked about here protection. So I think there's some kind of a protection that this reading is talking about. Obviously, living well, I think he will have a time of his life as the Prime Minister of Hungary, but also bringing stability, and it's going to be a very, very easy transition for him. So that's all I have. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I hope that you enjoyed this reading, and I'll be able to welcome you again.